fans, Joe Most Videos 82 here. It is time for another G.I. Joe toy review. And I'm answering a request from a few viewers about doing a diorama. So here you go, guys. I have a little bit of time to myself, so let's go ahead and shoot out an extra review for this week. Everybody that makes dioramas or builds them has their own way of doing things. I like to work with this heavy styrofoam board, what most of my set is made out of. This foam board is insulation board that came with some frozen foods that my father had ordered when he was still with us, obviously. So the box came packaged with this board, this foam board, and I thought I could do something with that, so I saved it and used it for my dioramas. You could cut it to anything you want. If you go back to my Mindbender's Monster video, that whole set there, the Castle Von Mindbender, was made from this foam board. You could buy thinner pieces at any hardware store. You could also find it in craft shops, but I would be a little careful going to the craft stores because it can get expensive. So the paint that I use, I purchased from Walmart. It's apple barrel paint. Walmart does not endorse my videos, but I do love this paint. It's simple craft paint. I stick with the earth tones for some of my dioramas. What I do is I base the board in white first. Yeah, the board is already white, but the extra coat of white paint over it helps just make the color stand out. I use a heavy bristle brush. This is a thick plastic brush. You can see it's worn down from a lot of use. This paint is water soluble, so it cleans up real nice. So I'll base it out in white, let the board rest. I'm out of white, or I would do a tutorial on it. So I base that out, I let it dry. And then this is a forest scene, so what I did was I used the brown, shake it up, and why not? I'll put a little on here for you guys. Won't cheapen the review. And I just spread little dots here and there. And just haphazardly spread it around. Doesn't matter. The messier, the better. Okay. I don't even worry about cleaning off my brush. I let that dry for a few minutes. Not totally dry. Let's go ahead and put some Kelly green down. So I want these colors to blend in a little bit. As we know, the forest is made up of all kinds of different colors. So throw a little Kelly green in there. Just haphazardly again. Brush it around. And let that dry a little. So start with white, then go to your brown. This is a melted chocolate. You could use a light brown or a tan, but the forest is made of thick rich soil. So you want to start from the soil, go up to the grass level. So start from floor, bottom to top. So when that's drying a little bit, let's put a little ivy green in there. You know, the forest has ivy growing in it. So again, just a little bit here and there. Ivy green, OD green, you know, olive drab. And again, just mix that in there. Just have some fun with it. I mean, diorama building is fun, right? It's even funner decorating them. So mix that in there. And make sure some of the brown stays visible. You know, you want to see a little bit of dirt. All right, so we have our forest floor here drying. This little bit here, this is from some clay that I had used for some sandbags. Had a little sandbag bunker setting up here. I have an example of one of the sandbags right here. You can see it sort of matches the landscape, sort of. All right, so let's add some foliage. I went to a thrift store and I bought an old beat up Christmas decoration. So I trimmed the branches off, and this is what I love about foam board. Bang, you can just pop those in anywhere you want. There's another short branch. Leave a bit of the wire base in there. So just stick those anywhere you want. Any design you want. I even use some of these. You can buy trees that are used for model railroad building. See, I even twisted some together. You could see how it's twisted on there to make a taller tree. The ones used for model railroad building are what you see with the higher end Christmas displays at Michael's. The Lemax Christmas displays. Those trees, they're pretty expensive. They work, and they work well with the 3 3/4 inch G.I. Joes. But let's just go ahead and just recycle. That's what this is mostly made of, recycled materials. So I like to stick with the theme. See, these boards aren't sitting in a garbage dump waiting hundreds of years to biodegrade. So there we go. The trees are all set up, looking nice. Another one of my favorite things to use is lichen. You could buy this dried out lichen at a craft shop. They use it for their silk plants. So lichen makes very good bushes. It's a little messy, but I like it. And these, you could spread it around a little bit, and it works really well. Spanish moss you could also do the same with. So now that your diorama's all set up, let's go ahead and decorate it. So let's go ahead and put the mountain howitzer in there. Let me move this out of the way. So the mountain howitzer is in there. This is still wet, so I don't want to be putting my toys on it, even though it will wash off. So I'll put a piece of paper down. See, then outpost defender. Let's go ahead and put that guy on there too. See, so you have your mountain howitzer, an outpost defender there. And you are all set, man. That is how I build, excuse me, it's how I construct my dioramas. There you go. Quick and easy. Oh, excuse me. So those smalls that I'm always talking about, I love them. They weren't only fun to play with, but as a child, but as an adult, they're even better because they make the dioramas look really nice. Put my jump set there. That's almost complete. I just need the laser that goes with it. Now see, you got a nice little forest setting going on. So there you go, guys. My little tutorial on dioramas, quick and easy to do. I really enjoy doing these. If I had more time on my hands, I would do more and more space. I've quickly run out of space. Anytime I get new Joes in, I have to decide which ones I take down from display and put the new ones up, and then where do I store the others? Vehicles are the biggest problem. So my collection room is looking pretty haphazard at the moment. But this lichen, it could run you anywhere from $3 up to $10 a bag, depending on where you get it. I've even seen it sold at a home and garden center, your local nursery. So yeah, look for it. It works really well. You can see it leaves this residue around. It's pretty messy, but it works really well. You could also use, and I've done this before, when the paint's wet, you could go ahead and sprinkle the lichen around, and it gives a nice little setting on the floor. You could also buy bags of leaves at a craft shop, little tiny to scale leaves. Sprinkle that down on there too, and it'll give you a leaf setting. Now, if I want a forest setting or a snow setting, very simple. Leave the board white. Put your trees on there. If you really want to give it some pop, you could stretch some cotton on there. You can see, well, you can't see on that, but I have some cotton that has a little bit of debris in it, left over from Christmas, and I just put that, here we go, put that in a tree right here. This is cotton batting that I've spread out. Spread it, made it really thin, but it's collected debris over time. So you could do that with it. It looks really nice. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I certainly enjoyed the time teaching you guys. If you have any more requests, please let me know and I will get to them. I have a request that I'm working on from another viewer. And when those parts come in, I will review that vehicle and action figure. So this has been Joe Motion Videos 82 signing off. As always, be kind to everyone, and especially be kind to animals. And please do not forget to wash your hands for 30 seconds under warm water. And use soap. Let's help keep the spread of disease down. So you guys have a great day. Stay safe. Be sparing with your toilet paper. We'll see you tomorrow for another G.I. Joe toy review.